Are we rolling on be tape? Are we rolling on be video?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Johnny Thomas Podcast live on Sunday.
All right. What a nice Sunday it is.
With my nephew Ron Starstango, who I am so very proud of. On this Sunday, it's March 7th, the day before the...
It's April 7th. Today in news.
Edit. Okay, I'm 60. Give me a break. Okay. Let's... Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate that so much. Johnny Thomas is 60 years old. You understand that? Anybody out there that's 60? See? You see what happens? I hear voices. Voices come from the realm of the unknown at the Johnny Thomas Podcast, everybody. Welcome one, welcome all in. Settle in, people. It's Sunday, whatever you're doing. If you're listening and watching all around the planet, subscribe, hit the bell. You know what to do. The little likey button. But today's a special day. Today, we're just going to talk a little bit about maybe a band that you understand. Nirvana. Everybody knows who Nirvana is. My nephew's got cherry red lit up on the guitar over there. And it's not his fault. He does look a lot like Kurt Cobain. It's not his fault.
It's
he
not
can
my fault.
play.
Before I lost my hair, that is.
No,
For real,
still. But he's going to do most of the talking today, ladies and gentlemen, on the podcast. Can you feel it already? The mighty Nirvana, one of the badassest trios in the whole freaking rock and roll grunge world. I'd like to personally say thank you to every fucking one in the band. There's 3 of them. Dave Grohl, Kurt Cobain,
Dave Grohl.
and who is it, Ron?
Chris Novoselic.
Yeah.
But Dave Grohl's still putting music out to this day and still kicking ass at what? Man, there's guys, like we just said, Kurt would have been 57. So
Today.
Dave's probably 55
Yeah.
now.
Dave
You know what I
Grohl,
mean?
I don't give a
I think he was a few years younger than Kurt.
Yeah.
So 55, he's probably 54, 55 years old.
Doesn't seem it. It's because of the
No.
rock and the roll.
He rocks like he's 23.
One of the best fucking power drummers ever.
He'll always be 23 when it comes to the drums, right?
Oh my God.
I mean, Jesus. But
You know way more.
I've heard him do
You
some
can play all of
very
it.
stylistic stuff. Like we were talking about that song Milk It.
Yeah, holy crap.
There's that break and he just hits the cymbal.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Bonham,
We'll play it. We should play
like
it.
Tommy Lee.
Yeah, Tommy
Unfortunately,
Lee,
I can't-
too.
We're having technical difficulties again. I can't get my thing to play here.
You know what? It's a
supposed to
live
have-
podcast. It's always something, isn't it, folks?
We're supposed to be
Isn't
having-
it?
We're supposed to be having this live, awesome sound.
But it's okay, though, because I can still hear it in the back. Now, let me ask you this question. On a live troubleshoot, can we just play the TV and have it playing?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Take that out. We're going to have to play the TV like that. Perfect. Like just, how about that? Behind us, the mighty Nirvana, the trio. One of the kick-ass in the top
30 years.
30 years.
30 years worth of music that we didn't get.
Oh my God. Every song you just want to...
That's at least 30 albums. We probably would have had 20 albums. 20-something albums. And you ever watched the documentary on the making of this?
Oh, yeah.
Which
Oh,
he
all
breaks
of them.
down all the tracks.
Excuse me. Yes, all of them.
Those tracks sound so good.
Oh my God, welcome in you Nirvana lovers all around the world. It's hard not to love them. Just a power just slam you right in your fucking face with a sledgehammer of fucking grunge right on top of your head.
The dirt and the gravel of Kurt Cobain smudged on top of a pop song.
Oh, that was great.
And then spewed out by the typical Republic PR machine.
Oh my God, dude.
And digested
That's
and
why I
spit
love
out
it.
by your typical person.
Oh, holy crap. No one ever said that ever in the fucking time continuum. I believe that. But
That's
today on the
true,
Johnny
though.
Thomas podcast, my nephew Ron, he's going to talk a lot. I'm just going to listen because he knows a lot about this band. And I want to hear from him. How did it affect him? When did it affect him? What year? How old was he? What?
Yeah, I barely turned 14 when Cobain died, but I had
Here he
already,
goes.
I had already been into them for a while.
Okay.
I had already been into them for a while because the other band that was I've been playing guitar since I was like 3.
Yes.
But for real since I was like 7 or 8. I had my own guitar when I was 7 or 8.
You're a
you know?
musical prodigy genius.
And my first guitar was plastic, but my dad put real strings on it, so I would figure out how, strings stay in tune. And it would constantly go out of tune, which to this day has only helped me because I'm constantly making sure that the guitar is in tune with itself. Like every half a second, that I do anything, it's always got to be perfectly in tune and intonated.
You
or
can
else
tell
I
in
throw
your
a hissy
inbred
fit.
videos.
I won't even play it. I get mad.
Inbred videos.
Yeah, some of them inbred videos.
Where do you find those?
On YouTube, there's some stuff. I mean, me and Matt have a lot of stuff on tapes still.
Matt who?
Matty Janitis.
Where's he play?
My best friend. Where does he play now? All over the
Yes.
world. All over the world. He's been playing all over the world for the last 15 years.
With who?
When we split, he was still touring with CKY, and now he still tours with Darren, the singer from CKY.
Badass.
But he plays with a bunch of dudes. He plays with Andy McCoy
Nice.
from the band from back in the day that Motley Crue came up with, where Vince Neil was involved in the accident with the singer. I forget the name of the band.
Oh, it was Hanoi Rocks.
Yeah, so Andy McCoy is
Your uncle knows a lot.
Yes, you do.
The singer from Hanoi Rocks.
Yeah,
God bless.
Yeah, and Andy McCoy, the guitar player, stayed in the music scene but never got extremely huge, but makes a living at it and still does. And
Behind the scenes.
and he's like, yeah, exactly. Backstage antics,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather be there, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Look what happened
Seems
to Kurt.
be. It seems to be, and you're a lot cooler when you do it that way too. I think than going.
You're
out like
relied
that.
on more.
Yeah, and your true colors really shine when you stick it out.
Yeah, I'm with you. So,
Not that Kurt didn't have true colors, but he stuck them out and then pieced out.
what do you think
But
was going
anyway.
through his mind during that time? Let's say a couple of years. How many albums were there? 3 only? How many albums?
Yeah, well, 3 studio albums.
What were the names of those albums?
Bleach, Nevermind, and then In Utero.
Okay.
And then they released Unplugged after that.
Right, saw it on
What?
MTV.
Yeah,
Shout out.
but that was like a live album. That wasn't really like a studio album.
Either way, 3 fucking great albums, and we all are sad, just like other artists that we lost. How many albums would they have, and what would those songs be? What do you think, and how did you feel when he passed away?
I think that when Cobain left, he was planning on doing things that he didn't even think were going to be acceptable. So that makes it really cool when you think about it. He wanted to do things that would completely alienate him from the majority of his public, which was his livelihood. So he would have been made into like this media spectacle along with his family, and I think that's had a lot to do with like a lot
Me
of those
too.
deeper things that nobody really you can't present on a news conference really that drove him to where he went. But if he would have just stuck it out through whatever he was going through at that particular moment, you never know what that could have led to. I think it would have led to either way some really cool, if not cooler than the stuff that Nirvana recorded while he was alive.
Okay, but just
So
think too.
exploring all different kinds of genres, particularly the stuff that spawns from a singer-songwriter perspective, and then all kinds of, I think, as much mosh and garbage and thrashiness as he could pile on top of that simple, happy, innocent root of a song then that's what he was doing, and he did it to a T perfectly on In Utero, and he probably would have continued to explore in those areas, human or not.
Just remember, he was in the limelight. Most of us don't know what it's like to be in the actual limelight. Rush sings about it. They have a song called Limelight for a reason. And they were thrown in, weren't they? Wasn't Nirvana just thrown in? Automatic fame, overnight sensation, bam, right?
Yeah, what happened was they went away on tour and they had recorded this album that had not really been selling too great for like 6 or 7 months, so nobody thought anything of it. And while they were out in Europe, their album here in the Americas blew up. So when they got back, they were like loaded rich. Their bank accounts had hundreds of thousands of dollars in them each. You know, they had a couple $100 in them or were broke when they left.
Right. So they had to get
So
used to
they-
that too.
Yeah, and all of a sudden just on the road for
Some
3
audio
years.
difficulty,
basically.
sorry.
Basically on the road for 3 years.
Yep. Well, it's getting there. That's the one.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. A little bit of technical difficulties, but we're working on it. And he is the master, for sure. If you can hear that. There we
That's
go.
on my mic too.
Okay.
Go figure, right?
All right. That's all right.
We still got
Live
still got
troubleshooting.
Live troubleshooting, and I bet you we could have it fixed.
Which is, that's the hardest thing to do is live troubleshooting. Because you're like, oh my
Especially
God,
on a-
what's that sound? Oh,
Especially on
no.
a digital machine, because you can't access everything like on an analog machine. Like I have to hit stop to
Oh,
go
yeah.
and change
Oh.
the thing that's wrong with
That's
it.
hard.
Yeah.
And that's weird because
Unless it's a cable or something like that. If it's a setting in there that if I just move around, seems to have went away though.
it has, mostly.
Yeah,
It's
I
mostly
think it's a
gone.
Wi-Fi interference.
But you know what
Isn't
I
that
think?
strange?
People understand.
Yeah, people get it.
They get it. They do. We're a live podcast, the Johnny Thomas podcast, just brand new. I'm so happy because we're doing it for fun. I just said I have Lyme disease, so I wanted to. I'm home a lot, so I figured why not have a podcast because we're both musicians our whole lives, and I have a studio. He has a studio literally 5 minutes from here. Whoa, whoa. Sounded like a little bit of interference coming in. We're working on it.
See eclipse.
It is. It could be. We didn't talk about the eclipse yet. Should we take a break?
Hold 1 sec.
Sounds so much better.
It'll be back momentarily.
Yeah.